Good morning, Helene. Thank you so much for joining us today. My first question to you is, what do you like about your work?
Hi, good morning, Tom. First, a little bit of context. My name is Helene, and I am a market research professional, and sometimes that is described as a consumer insights professional. What do I like about my job? Well, the first thing is that it stretches me in all directions. So I both have to be a very introverted person looking at data, understanding consumers, really thinking through issues that the business is asking me. At the same time as I have to also stretch my extroverted muscles when I have answers to the questions I've been asked. I need to explain to people what consumers are telling us. I need to do the rounds to convince a lot of people, so that also forces me to use the other part of my brain. And I find that a lot of jobs stretch you in one direction or the other, but this has been really a very versatile job. The other thing I really love about my job is that every question I'm being asked or I'm being asked to think about is different. So one time it could be the growth of a brand in China, another time could be about the behaviors of consumers in England. You name it, we think a lot about different problems and different solutions. And so I'm never ever bored with the content of the questions I'm being asked.
Excellent, excellent. And how did you first start out?
How did I first start that? Well, I think you would get the similar answer from a lot of market research professionals or consumer insights professionals, which is none of us really decided to get into that field, but it kind of is at the conjunction of liking mathematics and problem solving and being quite rational in your thinking. At the same time pairs with a lot of curiosity and being quite open-minded and being open to new experiences. And so a lot of people really don't set out to become consumer insights professionals, but we just end up there somehow. And all of us ending up there, we're quite similar in that curiosity and at the same time this analytical rigor, and passionate about defending kind of our way of thinking and explaining things to others. So I think there's not one path to get in there. However, I did study marketing. So that's what I was trained on. So I spent a lot of time thinking about consumers, what they want, what products they want. And then I went to a career fair in Belgium a really long time ago. And the rest is history. And I had this offer and I just thought, yeah, I'll take it and see where it leads me. And it's been a great ride, to be honest.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Lastly, what advice would you give to someone looking to start out today?
Well, first, be very, very open-minded. You don't know what the career is going to look like starting today, 5 years, 10 years down the road. The technologies, the methodologies that exist out there to collect the data that help us understand consumers are constantly evolving, but also be open-minded as to what the answers might be that you find when you're trying to find answers to coach brands. So being open and curious is really, really important. I think early on in your career, be ready to work really, really hard. It is a very consuming field. And to really make progress, you want to get ingrained in the data and solve problems, and that can be really, really time consuming. And the third thing is, I think it's a really good profession to have. It makes you think on your feet. It helps companies make the right decisions so that consumers get the right products and not some kind of weird products that nobody wants on the shelves and so forth. So I think you also have to see it as actually listening to consumers, so that companies don't waste their time doing things just because they're easy to do, but actually solve consumer problems. So I think there are some products that have changed your life over the past few years, and it could be as simple as a thin bread sandwich that actually is less than 100 calories, but actually you can have a sandwich and a little bit of bread. And so it seems like really small, but to someone it will mean a lot. I've never worked for those people, but I know this is one innovation that has had an impact on us during lockdown, for example. And so I think don't underestimate the little things can have a big impact on people's daily lives. So that would be my advice.